All right, now we're looking at Adobe Systems, symbol ADB, and they're in the application software industry. Today we're going to be looking at their chart pattern. We're going to see a video on their chart pattern for 1 year. Then we'll look at their fundamentals here. We'll see a 5-year history of financial activity. And lastly, we have a video on the upside downside ratio. So let's get started. Watch this video now on Adobe's chart pattern. All right, everybody, here we are looking at a chart pattern for Adobe Systems, symbol ADBE. And as you can see, we're looking at the 1 year chart pattern, which is usually where you want to start looking. And we are going to draw some price channels. So first of all, we come over here to the draw button. We'll click on it. It turns gray. Then we'll look for the beginning of the trend. And I think this is a pretty good beginning area right here. Once you find the beginning of your trend, you're going to left click and paste in a trend line. There we have a trend line. And what we will do is place this trend line where we can see about half the space above the trend line and about half the space below the trend line. It doesn't have to be exact. You're just eyeballing it in, trying to get a happy medium here by eyeballing it in. So I'm looking here to the left and to the right, and I think I've got it close enough. Once you feel you've got it close enough, you left click and you paste it in. Then you come to the lower part. You look for the lowest point moving along this parallel line. And I think this is a good place here. So you're going to left click and you'll see another trend line appear. You're going to eyeball this and make it parallel to the first line that you snapped in. I think we've got it there. I'm going to left click. Then we'll come up to the upper channel. You're going to find the highest point along the parallel line. And I think this is good enough here. So we're going to left click. We've got another trend line. You're going to make this parallel to that center trend line. I think we got it there. We're going to left click. There we have it. We've got a price channel. This price channel encompasses about 95–99% of the price movement of this stock within the 1 year period. So you can see right away, even without the price channel, you've got a trending stock here. Now, what we want to do is project out into the future about 3 or 4 months. You're going to come over here to the upper right corner. You're going to left click and hold it down. Then you're going to drag it to the left and down toward you until you see about at least 3, maybe 4 months out ahead of you. And right away you can see that the hypothetical high price about 4 months out is $325. So you want to make a note of that. And as far as the low point, you come down here and we're looking at about 208, let's say 280 for the possible low point. So we've got 325 for the high, about 280 for the low. Currently this stock is selling for about $262 a share. And what you want to do once you get this high and low is take it to a spreadsheet, and that's what we're going to do in one of the next videos. So you can bring this back up here if you want. Just left click and then hold it down and drag it up if you want to get back to the original price channel here. And that's about all I have to say here. So we've created a price channel. We've definitely seen how the price has moved within this channel. We've done some projection here as to the potential high price and the potential low price. And that's all I have here. Okay, this is John. Thanks for watching. That's all for now. Watch this video now on Adobe's fundamentals. Okay, everybody. We are now in Zacks.com, and we are going to check on some fundamentals for Adobe Systems Inc. So we'll come to the upper right corner and we'll type in their symbol, ADBE. There they are. We'll pull them up. And we'll scroll down a little ways. We'll go to the income statements. And again, we're going to scroll down here a little ways. Here you see 5 years of financial activity. If you'll remember from the Learning Center, we're going to focus on sales and net income. So first of all, sales. Let's look at how they've done. This is the most recent period here, November of 2017, going back to November of 2013. So 5 years ago, we're looking at 4,055. It jumped up to 41.47, then 47.96, then 58.54, then 73.02. I mean, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to understand this is a growing company. And we're going to get a percent increase here. So I've got my little handheld calculator. I'm going to enter 7302. I'm going to divide it by 4055. I'm going to subtract 1. We're looking at an 80% increase over this 5-year period. All right, that's pretty good. Now, let's look at the net income. Again, this is growing very rapidly. And to get a percent, we're going to take 1694 and divide it by 290. And we're going to subtract 1, and we'll get an increase of 484%. This is awesome. Now, this is the annual return that we're looking at. Let's go to the quarterly statement, and let's see how they've done in the most recent quarter. If you remember, this is the most recent quarter, and we will compare it only to the previous year. We're going to ignore these intervening quarters. 1 year ago, we've got 1772. In the most recent year, 2195. Let's see what the percentage increase is here. And it's just going to be rough. I'm just going to divide 2195 by 1772, subtract 1. We're looking at a 24% increase in sales from quarter to quarter. Then we'll come down here, we'll look at the net income. Again, a very nice improvement. And we're going to get a percent. I'm going to divide 663 by 374. I'm going to subtract 1. And we are looking at a 77% increase in net income over the past year. And looking at the sales and net income for both the annual and the quarterly, you can see why this is a featured stock that I've presented here. Now, there's much more that you can do when you're checking out a company's financials. But this is the process I go through, and I do it quickly. Some investors are looking for even a much more rapid growth, and then for others, this is an awesome stock. This is all I have to say on this particular stock. We'll see you later. And lastly, let's watch this video on Adobe's upside downside price potential. Okay, here we are now. We are looking at a spreadsheet here. It's called the upside downside ratio. This is for Adobe Systems. And on this particular date, this is when we did a study of the chart pattern. The price at the time of the study was 262. So that gives us the current price, and the current price is 262. So the date of the study and the current price are the same dates. And then if you'll remember from the chart pattern, we saw a potential high price of $325 and a potential low of $280 over the next 3 to 4 months. This gives us a potential high appreciation of 24%. Now let's say that in a couple months from now, maybe September 1, we would have held it for 38 days. Let's say the stock price has increased to 280, which is our potential low price. Here we see an unrealized appreciation of 7% over 1 1/3 month. Okay, so this is one way you can keep track of how your stocks are doing. Now, let's say 2 months later after this, on December 1, and let's say the price has jumped up to $298 a share. Here we see an unrealized appreciation of 14% over 129 days, which is about 4 1/3 months. So this is a spreadsheet that you can create, and you can continuously monitor your stock. Down here, you can create tabs as you monitor this stock. So it's really simple and straightforward, and that's what you want to do. Now, of course, some stocks don't pan out the way you would like them to. Well, at some point, you may decide to sell them. If they're not performing, you sell them. But that's a whole different issue that we'll get into at some point in the Learning Center. Okay, that's all I have to say on this particular video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for your interest and your participation. Be sure to grab the bonus ebook and check out the Learning Center for more detailed information. Now you may return to the private Facebook page for more featured stocks and more detailed information. This is John. Invest wisely and prosper.